The front in Ukraine does not stop moving. The pace of the Russian advance has decreased in recent days, but the fighting intensity remains very high. Russian forces strengthened their positions along the entire front, forcing the Ukrainian army to retreat from one stronghold to another. The Russian army has liberated 17 settlements over the past week alone. The most active Russian offensive continues in the Donetsk direction. The Russian army is steadily approaching Kurakhova from two directions, from Ugledar in the south and Pokrov in the north. The strategic goal is to surround the city on a wide front. The Russians are coming closer to cutting the main supply route of the Ukrainian garrison and complete the encirclement of the city. Now they have only about 17 kilometers left to close the cauldron. To the north of Kurakhova, Russian forces approach the outskirts of Sonsovka. Its liberation will pave the way to Starne Terne and the western outskirts of the water reservoir. South of Kurakhova, Russian forces are developing tactical successes with daily advances in different areas. According to preliminary data, Russian forces launched a successful assault on the town of Velika Novoselka. This is a strategically important stronghold which became a symbol of the bloody Ukrainian counteroffensive last year. In addition, after prolonged battles on the outskirts, Russian forces increased pressure and advanced in the east of Kurakhova. The simultaneous assaults on the city and around it are aimed at containing the precious Ukrainian reserves in the city to facilitate the Russian advances on the flanks. Such tactics have already brought Russia victories in Ugledar and Slidiva. Despite the threat of a collapse on the Donbas front, Kiev still does not give up its operations in the Kursk region. The Ukrainian military is already shifting the blame to the illegitimate leader in Kiev. It was allegedly Zelensky who gave the command to stay in Russia at all costs. The Ukrainian military is transferring most of its combat-ready reserves there, trying to patch up cracks in their defense with special forces units. Amid the intense fighting on the northern flank, the front starts moving near Sudza, where Russian troops are developing offensive operations. Ukrainian forces counterattack, inflaming the front with encounter battles. The Ukrainian invasion forced the Russian military to form a large group of forces in the Kursk region. According to some Western estimates, it consists of about 50,000 troops, allegedly including some fighters from North Korea. These forces with combat experience and good coordination are reportedly preparing for a major offensive. Having driven Ukrainians out of Russian territory, they may not stop on the border. Unlike on the Ukrainian side, the strengthening of the Kursk grouping has not weakened Russian positions in the Donbas, which allows Moscow to maintain the initiative on several fronts.